This sure is one angry bird. Angry Birds is a mobile game released in 2009 where you play as some angry birds trying to get their eggs back from the evil green pigs. Angry Birds is actually really special to me. And that's because it was one of the very first video games I ever played. On this bad boy. Now this was the original camera for some of my oldest videos. And on it is the original version, if it loads, of Angry Birds. See, Rovio, and then Angry Birds. Spent hours on this game. But does it still hold up? Well, let's start with the basics. The controls. The controls are very simple. The game's a touchscreen game, so you have to use your fingers. But all you do is tap and hold down on the back of the slingshot used to fire the birds, pull back, change the angle at which you want to launch them, and launch them towards the pig structures. To take out the pigs, gain points, and then, if you hit enough of them, gain up to 3 stars. Speaking of birds, there's many different types that you can use in the game. You have your standard bird, Red, which has no special powers, but is nice and useful for every situation. There's the blue birds, which, when you tap the screen, split into 3 birds. These ones are really good at breaking glass. There's Chuck, the speedy bird, who, when you tap the screen, gets a sudden burst of speed in whatever direction he is currently heading. Bomb, which explodes. Matilda, which lays an explosive egg. Hal, who is kind of like a boomerang. Terrence, he's Terrence. Bubbles, the bird that expands like a balloon. And the mighty eagle, which is the most powerful of all birds. You can only use him once per level, and he comes down from the sky to cause havoc. And there's 4 distinct types of pigs for you to take down as the Angry Birds. There's your standard pig, which has nothing special about him. Your helmet pig, who wears a protective helmet. Mustache pig, who has a mustache. And king pig, who has a crown and is the biggest of all the pigs. So, we've gone over the basic premise, the birds, and the pigs. But what do I think about Angry Birds? Overall, I think Angry Birds is the prime example of what mobile games should be. Fun, easy to understand, with a lot of levels. And, depending on how you play it, without ads. However, that's not a realistic thing to find on the App Store anymore. Not only has the original versions of almost all Angry Bird games been taken off of the App Store by Rovio, but now the App Store is full of scam games that are just ads so the developers can make money. Angry Birds really was one of the first and last truly great mobile games. You know, sometimes it's nice to go back and look at something from a simpler time, when there were less worries and you didn't have to care as much. It's nice. You know, I wonder what that could be.